guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to kind of go through and fix a little bit of my Subaru. So what happened was the other day, I don't remember what day it was, Saturday or Sunday, I blew I believe it was an airline. Yeah, it was an airline, because we've already looked at this a little bit. So unfortunately I'm exposing a little bit of secret, but I'll throw in some of the TikTok videos of what happened. So we have to jack up this car. We have to use two jacks because it is too low up front to get the front jack under there. We have to take off the front wheel, and we have to undo the airline that is going to the bag, and then throw it all back together without the airline, because he's the cameraman behind me, aka my dad, is going to go get me an airline tomorrow. He works right next to the place. So, welcome to having air ride suspension. It becomes a nightmare. Oh, and I can't start the car where it is because I'm shorting out wires going from my battery to the rest of the control system, which is why you don't see me starting it up and airing it up, because where it currently sits, it just physically won't. It just blew, what, 5 fuses the other day? So, we're having a whole lot of fun around here with this car lately. And then in this video, I'll show you guys the damage of what happened to the inner fender well that kind of exists. So I lost this airbag airline at about 80 miles an hour. So as you guys can see inside of there, it tore up a good amount of the inner fender well. In some spots it's completely bare. So spots like right here and right up here, that is the physical body of the car, that it has smoked completely through the plastic fender liner. Not very much fun, but that is kind of what you have to deal with. Luckily no one got hurt, and luckily really nothing happened. But as you can see behind here, we kind of ghetto rigged it just so it would work temporarily. But this is where the hole is. So we're going to take off the line up here, and then we're going to take off the line back there. And he's going to go get me a replacement for it tomorrow, like I said. So I'm going to rip that off real quick. And yeah, then we'll pick up the video with whatever later. So I'll Alright, so this is what we're working with. I just pulled this out. For some reason this push connect is not working. As you can see inside of there, the plastic is stuck. We were trying to mess with it. That's what you guys saw, I think, before I cut the camera. And then this one was a pretty easy unthread of the actual bag. It kind of wants to spin, kind of doesn't. I don't know if it's supposed to free spin here or not. But as you can see, I've had a bunch of plastic and rubber and everything mixed up on this line. Everything in there is caked either rubber or melted plastic. But we're gonna go inside here in a second, and we're gonna undo this part, and I'm gonna show you guys what we have inside of this cool clamp job that we did. So we'll take this inside. So don't ask me what size hose this is. I think it's a 3/8. It's 3/8 line with rubber braiding around it. I don't know what size he put on the outside of it that I'm unwrapping at the moment, but that doesn't matter. So as I take this off, you can see we rub right through. There's a little hole. It's kind of hard to see. It's right at the edge of that. I'm not gonna poke myself, but that is the issue with this airline. So we're gonna go ahead and go through, get a new airline made tomorrow. I have all new push connect fittings with O-rings inside of them. They're DOT certified or whatever, because technically air suspension is not DOT certified. And then inside I have to fix the strut because the strut is still spinning. That's kind of what caused this whole issue. So I have to figure out how to fix that, and then we'll go from there. So I'm gonna go ahead and deal with the car, and I'll catch you guys in the next video when we get a new airline. All right, so this is a continuation of the video from the other day. Finally got a airline to work for my car. We had to order one, so I got one from Bag Riders. So here we have it installed. It's just temporarily put in there, ran down. I also had to put a new fitting on because the push connect fitting I had on there decided to leave the chat, didn't want to work anymore. So I ended up tearing it all apart, just trying to get it to release the little piece of plastic. So now I have to go ahead and tear out this inner fender liner because we keep blowing fuses, and I'm assuming we actually really fried something up here. So I'm gonna go ahead and take care of that, and then we will continue on. Yay. All right, so I don't know where I left off on the last clip of this video, and I don't even know if this car is unlocked, but we threw it back together. So we have the airline on, not mounted anywhere. We were messing with the wiring. I think it's unlocked, so let me check if it's unlocked. Yeah, look at that. So if I do all this and I don't scratch my door, so if I do this, and I go here, yes, it's dirty, don't yell at me. Oh, Jesus. All right, so I disconnected everything off the battery because what we are assuming happened is, and I think that's my lights. I have the wiring for that there. As you can see, I have no inner fender well either because that was toasted in the event. But as you can see, the car is still sitting with an air issue. And if I pop the trunk real quick, so I can come back in here. Oh. So what we're assuming is the issue is either that air compressor or that air compressor is fried, essentially. Basically, what we're thinking happened is when I was on the side of the highway, if you saw any of those clips, which I can add in, that the vehicle got, or the air compressors overheated or something. I do believe I was only running on one because I blew the fuse on the second one, which is why I have two, so you always have a backup. But I keep blowing the fuse, and it finally started being decent, but I keep blowing the fuse on the main wiring harness, so we're assuming that the air compressor, one of the air compressors, is drawing too much amperage because it's getting worn and used out. If I'm completely wrong on this, that's just whatever, but I have to, or I'm going to go buy a new air compressor and probably jerry-rig it into the vehicle just to test it and confirm that that's the issue. But that is currently where we're standing, so this is like a, I don't know, multi-day video that we just did, but that is where we end currently. I've been doing some work at the shop, and that's just where we sit. So I just checked my bank account because I don't have a job anymore, so I'll be more full-time on YouTube if I can be, but I can actually order a couple parts for that and get them coming so we can make more content. So that is where we currently sit. So yeah, that's the current update on it. Car technically drives, or I mean, it still runs and drives. It's just I have to figure out the airbag situation. If I keep blowing fuses, then I really don't have suspension. So it's a whole mess. But that is currently where we sit. So I will update you guys when we make a new video on whatever I choose to make as my next decision or move. Car is also supposed to be sold. There's a guy who wants to come look at it, but I'm not exactly going to sell it in the shape it is because that's just kind of bogus to do to someone. And I try to at least sell things in decent shape. So yeah, that's where we sit. I hope you guys enjoyed this video of kind of nonsense, but welcome to just doing things in the automotive field until I can actually get some cool content going. So stay tuned for the next video. Enjoy.